In this video, we'll be talking about Copilot SharePoint agents and how you might be using these tomorrow. When we're talking about Copilot, there's a dual focus of AI assistance in enhancing both personal and organizational productivity. On a personal level, having your own personal AI assistant can really streamline tasks, allowing employees to focus on more high value activities. But at an organizational level, AI can transform processes by orchestrating complex workflows and acting on behalf of teams. Now, each process can have a dedicated agent, which not only increases efficiency, but also expands our opportunities in AI. This dual approach ensures that every employee benefits from AI in fostering a culture and innovation going forward. Delving deeper into these, you can see that agents range from really simple tasks, as in finding information, right to really complex functionalities. These can retrieve, generate, and act on data, effectively summarizing information from multiple sources. Each capability not only answers the question, but can automate repetitive tasks, freeing you up for more strategic work. Additionally, these agents can autonomously and dynamically plan and orchestrate other agents while learning from their interactions. Now, we talk about all of these different agents as a cluster, so a cluster of different agents that we can call upon. When we think about all of the different tasks that we do today that will formulate a bigger end product, then this is where we're allowing ourselves to pull out and understand all of those different tasks that agents could come into play. We can trigger this from virtually anywhere, for example, M365 or different line of business applications. And this flexibility allows us for really streamlined integrations into our existing workflows, ensuring employees can access AI assistance from wherever they are. All of this might sound really complex, but let's break it down into simpler tasks that people might do today. It could be, for example, trying to find information that is in context to what you're looking for. This could be from answering specific questions about client interactions or completing complex tasks like booking time off. These agents can specifically reduce or significantly reduce the administrative burden on your end employees. They can also generate content as well, such as summarizing technical documents or managing autonomous processes like reviewing reports for compliance. So these are just some of the examples on how AI can support and enhance your operational efficiency going forward. Now let's delve deeper into this. Now the real problem of understanding agents is the specific scenario that needs to be used in that certain way. Now, generative AI isn't for every single task that you might do. It's not going to be able to solve every problem that you have. But if we break down those individual tasks, for example, around work winning or bids and tenders, especially within construction, where the bidding process is a crucial criteria to winning new business, here each agent plays a critical role, from quickly finding relevant information to validating technical specs of proposals, whereas the humanization agent refines the bid processes to ensure that clarity, engagement, and the organizational's tone of voice is used when we're responding to any information. Obviously, the human is in the loop in checking all of this information throughout, but it ensures also that we adhere to different regulations when we're responding to this work-winning proposal. By leveraging these intelligent agents, organizations can optimize their bidding process, reduce risks, and enhance the chances of winning contracts. So further ado, let's show you this in action. Let's just jump over to our demo tenant here. We're over in SharePoint in our bids and proposals site. And you'll see at the very top here, we can click on the Copilot button. Now, if you have SharePoint agents enabled, every site will have this agent by default. And we can use it by simply finding information. So for example, we can use this agent, this bids and proposals that is created by default to find a specific bid around HVAC technologies. Here, the agent is finding the information across this site not just the content and the documents, but also any relevant information that is found within the site. So here we can see it's brought up a corporate office revamp RFP. And you see these little citations here as well that gives you the evidence of where it got that information from, which is really great. The next thing we're going to do is I have a pre-built agent which looks at standards and policies. So we can open up this agent as well, which it has a specialization around looking at our specific organizational standards and policies when we're responding to bids and tenders. So here I might say, hey, can you list the policies I need to abide by this project? We can also do a / here as well and actually find the document in question. I'll show you a different way of doing this in a moment. But it will then look inside this site of all of its knowledge base around the policies and standards that we need to adhere to. So again, we'll see little citations here about where it got that information from. But again, we're streamlining the process instead of going away and having to wait for individuals within the business to respond to this. We might decide as well that there's specific entry points into cost estimations or financial information that we need to collect. So again, by grounding these agents in our specific organizational cost estimates, we can start to see whether this bid and tender process was this tender was a good use of our time. So again, we can actually point this agent at the RFP document here, and then it will give us some guesstimate costs about this office revamp. And we can see some information here. So it's estimating this around kind of 3.5 million from the details of this document that it's seen. We want the right people on the job as well. So in order to find this, we have different skills within our business or contractors that we need to call on. So I have a list of professional CVs that I have secured within our HR site. So again, if I don't have specific access to those CVs, especially within a HR context, I won't be able to see this. But as I am the manager of the different contracts and people I look after, I'm able to securely access the individuals that might be appropriate to this project. So for example, I can see that Sarah Johnson is a project manager and she has the right certifications that I need for this job. Let's quickly switch over to Word for a second. Now, if you've been using Microsoft Copilot for a while now, you'll see that within large documents, you get an automated summary of what is in context to the large document here. But did you know you can actually go up into Copilot, click on the top right here, and yes, we can have a conversation with Copilot about understanding the specific document. But if we click on the little 3 lines, the hamburger here, we can actually call on specific agents that will help me look at compliance regulations around this. So again, this compliance guardian agent is grounded within built-in regs. So it understands all the permutations that come with that. So what we could ask the Copilot here, the agent here, is what are my main obligations for this construction project? And it will look back at its knowledge base and understand the regulations that we need to adhere to within this RFP questionnaire. So here again, we can see that the information is grounded in the specific information for this. So again, we see these little citations that tells us where it gets that information from. This can also be web grounded as well. So it's pulling information live from the internet if we needed to. Another important thing to note here isn't just around being time efficient, but being able to do more, being able to go deeper into the content that you have access today, being more concise in the tasks that you have to do as a human being, and using AI and agents to make things repeatable, to win work and do things better to compete against your nearest competitors. So this is a great slide to understand the difference between M365 Copilot and the agent builder. So within M365 Copilot on the left here, we can actually create our own personal agents. So I have one, for example, that helps understand my different tasks and how to organize my day or my week really, really clearly in the way that I want to work. Whereas we just went through SharePoint agents, like I mentioned, each site will automatically get an agent that's able to traverse across that site so you can find information really easily. We're also using the semantic index as well. So it understands the natural language of the thing you're trying to search for in context to the item that you're trying to find. But we can also create custom agents as well, where we can ground the information they can look at either site wide or specific folders or specific individual files that we want to call. There's lots of different ways that you're able to create agents within the Microsoft ecosystem, and we call these declarative agents or custom agents, where you can really go into the code and actually bring and use your own AI models as well. Now, like I said, there's lots of different options, and I'll show you how to find all of this relevant information in a minute. But we've been mostly talking about the SharePoint agents today. So this is where we can do search and retrieval. We can ground the information across the Microsoft graph, and we can have those agents that are shared across individuals or groups of individuals across our organization as well. You can really find this at the Copilot adoption kit. There's a great PowerPoint presentation that you should go away and download now, really, which is this new Copilot chat and agent overview guide. So when you click on this, there's another button just to click on the agent overview guide and actually download the PowerPoint file for you. And that will take you through all of the different use cases, all the different scenarios that you could use agents for within your organization. Now, remember what I said in the very beginning. This is very personal. So think of the different individual tasks that you do today that agents or AI might be applicable to. Here is just a general overview of all the different things you could go out and try today. We're really going to have a play and kind of articulate the different tasks that you try and do and streamline. Agents are really good from the very beginning of things that might take a long time or things that are repeatable tasks. So being able to have all of that knowledge, all of that grounding within that individual agent will help you time and time again. And there's multiple steps you can go through to actually create these SharePoint agents, which is pretty easy. And I'll show you this in a different video next time. For now, thank you very much for your time. Make sure you go and have a look at that key resource and download that starter kit today.